here I have a number of Christmas movies from the Guadalupe Radio Network family. So here at the GRN, I asked people, what is your favorite Christmas movie? And so I have a number of things that are out there, but let's start with the number one. Okay, actually number two. We'll start with number two because number one, I'll save it for a second. Guess, Rudy, what the number two movie was among the GRN.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way?
Yes.
You're close.
No way.
You're close.
Okay.
It's not Jingle All the Way.
Home Alone.
It's Die Hard.
Die Hard
It's
is
Die
number
Hard.
two?
It's number two, which is funny because everyone who recommended Die Hard mentioned this is not very popular and this is very controversial, but Die Hard, our friend Mario, that was his. And Mario Perez, our GRN radio technician, he said Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Jingle All the Way were his top three. He said it's actually not his favorite, but he wanted to be controversial. And our friend Wyatt Goldsby here in the Houston office, our director here in the Houston office, he said Die Hard. And we had a number of other people reach out with Die Hard as well. So,
what are the ethical implications of downloading the movie and cutting out all the bad stuff and then sending it to your friends?
It's probably fine, right? I don't know. I don't know.
Just don't make money off of it.
Yeah, just don't make money. That's technically stealing.
Is it?
I think so. Intellectual property?
True.
I don't know.
True.
I don't know. The whole concept of intellectual property is always a little confusing.
Then allow me to shill for our Mormon brethren
Yes.
who have these movie filters that you can purchase monthly. And you can watch any movie with the certainty that you won't hear any expletives, nudity, or anything like that.
Well, praise be to God for the Mormons. I don't know why Catholics are not jumping on that bandwagon, but if the Mormons are the ones that got to do it, it's got to get done. All right. So that number, 877-757-9424. I want to know your favorite Christmas movie and your favorite Christmas traditions. 877-757-9424. Joining us right now is Yvonne. Good morning to you, Yvonne.
Good morning.
Praise be to God. It's good to hear your voice coming in from San Antonio, Texas, right?
Yes.
Praise be to God. You've called in a few times for the game show, if I'm not mistaken. Remind me?
I've called once.
Once. I recognize the name. It's a very, very distinct name. Well, praise be to God,
yes,
Yvonne.
the way it's spelled.
So, Yvonne, tell me, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is The Bishop's Wife.
The Bishop's Wife.
Never heard that one.
Oh yeah, it's a famous book. I've never actually seen the movie though.
It's beautiful, and it talks about what the season is actually for.
Tell me about the movie. Don't spoil it for anybody who might want to see it, because it's a recent movie, came out in 1947. So no spoilers. Tell us about this movie.
It's about a bishop who is trying to collect funds to build a cathedral, because he feels that God is calling him to build this huge cathedral. And in the end, he realizes that is not what he's called for.
Now,
and an angel is sent to help him. That's all I'm going to tell you.
An angel
It's a beautiful movie.
Help him. Now, this takes place in New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
No, I think it's somewhere like in Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason.
Gary Cooper stars as the angel.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I think let's see, Cary Grant.
They redid the movie. Cary Grant. I'm sorry. Cary Grant stars in the movie. They redid it later with Denzel Washington, but the original version is, in my opinion, the better version.
That's many such cases. I would say that for the majority of movies. Now, do you remember, is the bishop, is he Anglican in the movie?
I believe so.
Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember 100%, and I was pretty sure he was Anglican. Now, Yvonne, your favorite Christmas tradition, do you have one?
I do.
Okay, what is it? Tell us.
We always go to midnight mass, and we open one present when we got home.
Amen.
That was it, and it was just the one present. For us, it was never about the presents. It was about going to that midnight mass.
Praise be to God.
That's what sticks out with me all the time.
Yeah, we we're really bad about traditions, and so we sometimes went to midnight mass, sometimes went to mass in the morning, sometimes we were not consistent about which mass we went to for Christmas. But the last few years we've been going to midnight mass, and I think midnight mass is beautiful. The question for you though, Yvonne, is what time is midnight mass?
Midnight mass would start at 10, and we would get home. We get home about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
There you go. There you go. I always thought that was hilarious because my grandma worked at the parish office. She was like, people keep calling in asking what time midnight mass is, and I keep telling them it's at midnight. But I'm like, Grandma, it's because different churches.
For a lot of churches, but I tell my husband, people stay up for New Year's, and they don't want to stay up for Christ.
Oh, so true.
Beautiful thing, you're expecting Jesus, and you can't stay up for his birthday.
Pop off, Yvonne, right there.
Man.
Preach.
Praise be to God, Yvonne.
Wow.
That is 100% correct. I'm going to use that line from now on. I'm stealing that from you. I will give proper attribution at least once, but the rest of the times I'm going to say I made it up totally, 100%. But praise be to God, Yvonne. God bless you. God love you, and have a blessed Christmas.
You too. Thank you.
That number to call if you would like to join us is 877-757-9424. 877-757-9424. I want to know what your favorite Christmas movie is and your Christmas tradition. If you'd like to join us, that number 877-757-9424. Let's take this call. Here is Dana. Good morning to you, Dana.
Good morning, Adrian.
And Dana, where are you calling in from?
From Ennis.
From Ennis, Texas. Praise be to God. I'd love to hear it. Now, Dana, what's there to do in Ennis, Texas during Christmas time?
Here in Ennis? Not really much. I mean, they have everything before Christmas. They have the parade, like maybe 3 weeks ago, I think, like a Christmas parade.
Wow, praise be to God.
But I didn't go to it.
Now, Dana, let me know, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
I actually came across this one not too long ago, and it's called Come to the Stable.
Come to the Stable. I've never heard of this movie. Tell me about it.
Well, it's about two nuns that are I don't remember the state, but I think it's here in the U.S. And how it starts is like they're walking in the snow, and it's like every once in a while you'll see a house, and it almost reminds me of like Mother Angelica. You know how she wondered and until like God spoke to her and said, "This is where I want,"
Wow.
like EWTN, something like that. But it's kind of like that, they find a spot and they're like, "This is it. This is where we're going to build the church." And so then their mission was to find out who owned the land. And they came across, while they were walking in the snow, they came across like a barn, like a stable. And they kind of peeked in there, and there was someone in there, and there was a lady painting. And she had the painting of Jesus, like Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, at the, in Bethlehem. And they were impressed, like, oh, wow. And they inquired who owned that land, and she told them. And, I don't want to spoil the movie.
Yeah, right, for sure. I found it on YouTube, so I'm going to actually watch this movie.
Yeah.
And it's 1949. It's a film, comedy, and drama. Come to the Stable. It's posted on YouTube, so if someone wanted to watch, it's there. And I looked it up. It takes place in New England. And so right here in the U.S., so praise be to God. That is really awesome. I've never heard this movie, and it seems, okay, tell me. Is this kid friendly? Parents can watch it with their children?
Oh, yeah, there's none of that stuff. I love those kind of movies. I always tell my husband I should have been born at that time. He says, well, if you were born in that time, you wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, I think about that too sometimes. I'm like, I wish I was born in medieval times. But then I'm like, actually, I kind of like being alive now.
Yeah. but it's really good because it's kind of like people are like, what? They want that land, and it's never going to happen. And then God does His miracles, and eventually, people can't see what their vision is. But you have to watch the movie.
Well,
I'm gonna
Dana,
leave it like that.
tell me, what about your favorite Christmas tradition?
We do go to midnight mass, and we do celebrate on Christmas Day, not before, and because it's Advent, and we do open up like 2 gifts. It's usually what we do, and then we open up gifts on the Epiphany. It's just 1 gift on the Epiphany, so it's pretty simple.
Well, praise be to
and
God.
We do like to make tamales.
Hey, praise be to God. We also had a number of people within the GRN who mentioned that their favorite tradition is tamales, including our dear friend here, David Magallanes. Toya Hall also mentioned that one of her favorite traditions is eating tamales on Christmas. So praise be to God. And we, and my family, we almost always have tamales on Christmas.
I wonder why that is. Why?
It's because, okay, so this is how I was explained. I don't know if this is true or not, but what I was explained, tamales are like a little present, and the corn husks are like wrapping paper, and you unwrap it and you eat it. Now, they could have just made that up just to tell us as kids, but that's how I heard it. So if someone else heard something else, then I'm happy to be like, yeah, that's probably true.
It's like roasting a turkey, right? You don't want to do that every couple of months. It's arduous, it's total pain. Just like tamales, make those. You gotta have some arm muscles there.
Well, praise be to God. Well, thank you very much, Dana, for calling in. God bless you. God love you, and have a blessed rest of your Advent and a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And so that number, 877-757-9424. If you'd like to join us and chat about your favorite Christmas movies, your favorite Christmas traditions, dial in right now, 877-757-9424. That's the number if you'd like to join us. Our friend Sissel Anderson, who is a North Texas assistant, she had a lot to say about this. She loves Christmas. And so she gave me her favorite songs, her favorite traditions, her favorite Christmas movies. She was like, the Andersons have so many traditions, I don't even know where to begin, but I'll just tell y'all one. And so her tradition was eating Norwegian rice pudding after Mass on Christmas Eve. And one special tradition involves finding a whole almond in the pudding, and that got to determine who gets to pass out the presents. So there you go. I think that's a very, very fun tradition, and someone who gets to pass out the presents, that's probably a good idea to prevent the fighting. So that's probably a great idea. Now, joining us right now is Mark. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, Adrian.
Praise be to God.
Everybody.
It's good to hear your voice, Mark. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from DFW.
From DFW.
Driving from Fort Worth to Dallas, yeah.
Well, praise be to God. We love it from our Dallas callers, the Fort Worth area. Praise be to God. Now, Mark, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, I'd have to say it's the Charlie Brown Christmas.
The Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, that is a classic. Everybody has seen Charlie Brown Christmas. And that came out, that was 1965, and it's evergreen. That movie is probably seen more than, it's probably on TV more than most other movies. Now, why is that your favorite movie, though?
Well, I've always been partial to cartoons and always loved to draw, and, Snoopy just cracks me up. And, it was a special part where, Linus tells his story of the birth of Jesus. And so, you can't go wrong there.
I love the little Christmas tree that Charlie Brown has with the one ornament on it. Did you ever have one of those?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I think I love seeing people have those in their offices because it's like nice and small and has a little ornament. It's really adorable. I love it. And so praise be to God. Now, Mark, what about your favorite Christmas tradition?
Dare I say tamales?
Yeah. Tamale supremacy. We love it. Praise be to God. Tamales are so good. Okay, did you hear the same story that I heard about why we eat tamales on Christmas?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I sure did.
So it's not just my family's not the one who made it up. That's good to know. I'm happy to know that we didn't just make it up ourselves. Okay,
right.
Controversial question for you. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Well, I think, I've personally never been into it around Christmas, but I know a lot of people do like that movie and watch it. So I'd have to disagree, but
well, I'll say it's not children friendly for sure,
Right.
but it's I guess it could be considered a Christmas movie by some people's standards. Now, a lot of people want to Jingle All the Way, and I've never seen it before, so I'm gonna have to watch Jingle All the Way because a number of people reached out and was like, Jingle All the Way, Jingle All the Way. So have you ever seen that movie?
I have.
And would you
it's been
say
a long time?
Would you say it's a Christmas movie?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
think so.
All right. So you're saying that one's more obvious than Die Hard.
Right.
All right. Well, praise be to God, Mark. God bless you. God love you, and have a blessed Advent and a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too. Merry Christmas.
All right. So that is that number. If you would like to join us, because I'm really enjoying this. I really liked hearing what your traditions are, especially if you have a tradition that's a little off the beaten path. That would be really cool to hear. That number, 877-757-9424, 877-757-9424. Let me give you that number one more time, 877-757-9424. Call now. I'd love to hear your favorite Christmas movie and your favorite Christmas traditions. Like, for instance, Joni. Good morning to you, Joni.
Hi, good morning. It's Jody from San Antonio.
Praise be to God. I would love to hear it. Now tell us, we're running out of time here. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
White Christmas.
Oh,
Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, all the girls, Rosemary Clooney, singing, dancing, fun. And then also our favorite tradition, my mother's parents were born in Poland, so we do like St. Faustina. We break the Christmas wafer, the płatek, every Christmas Eve.
Well, praise be to God. That's a really cool tradition. I've never heard of that. I'd love to hear more about that. So maybe we'll be able to chat about it in the after show. But God bless you, Joni. God love you. And thank you to everybody who called in today. We will have to do this back in the future and maybe get favorite Christmas music. We'll be right back with Dave Palmer.